56 laps in the books. Brandon McReynolds, Jamie Cottle, Matt McCall, Lee Tissick, Kyle Grissom. That is your top 5. Next 5 is Brendan Poole, Coleman Presley, Patty Rodenbach, Nate Monteith, Garrett Campbell now up in 10th. Garrett Campbell now looking on the bottom side of the 14 machine as he drop off in turn number 3. Everybody else is single file spin contact. 2 lap cars off of turn number 2 as they make contact coming off of turn number 2 on lap 58. The 48 and the 94 finding each other on the exits of turn number 2. Restart for the 5th time for Brandon McReynolds. And he rockets away from second spot. Jamie Cottle down the back straightaway instantly puts 2 car lengths over second spot Jamie Cottle. 64 laps in the books. 65 that time by. Brandon McReynolds led every 65 laps, all 65 laps rather. Jamie Cottle, Matt McCall, that is your top 3. Lee Tiss is still 4th. Kyle Grissom running 5th. 6th is Brendan Poole. 7th, Coleman Presley. 8th is Patty Rodenbach. Big contact crash over here in turn number 1 and 2. The 48's shown some flames there, some heavy smoking out of the 48 machine as he's almost driving blind to get down out of harm's way. Big caution here in lap 66. All kinds of debris and fluid and all kinds of stuff going on over there on off turn number 2.
It didn't give no warning, no nothing. It just kaboom. And as the smoke went to rolling.
It's pretty large. Any flames or excess smoke or anything? Because it was pretty large, like I said.
There was a lot of smoke and a whole lot of flames. The fire come out from under the hood. It didn't get back in the car, but I wondered about it there for a few seconds, but it went out.
Well, the good news is Paul Schultz okay. And of course, what happened with the left front? Did you get caught up? Somebody hit the brakes for the 48 over there, or was it something completely separate?
Yeah, no, I went down and then my man came down a little bit on me, but it wasn't my fault. I caused him to wreck, but I don't know.
I guess that's another day at the racetrack, Doc, for a lot of these.
So we're getting ready to go back to green flag. As they do on Speed and Fox, let's crank it up. Heavy contact over in turns number 2 on that restart. 44, Lee Tizzett is left behind. He'll stay on the lead lap, but the caution will quickly come back out after the restart. So that's another quickie, and you know what they say, cautions breed cautions. The 44 is racing right there in the top 5. Right behind him was the 5 machine. As you see the nose damage on Brendan Poole, as Brendan Poole is headed down. Yes, he is. He's made that left turn down towards pit road. Let's see if Tony Stevens, you got him?
Yeah, Doc, I do. Down here with the crew of Brendan Poole, the fathead racing machine, the nose piece pushed back at the left-hand side over the bumper bar into the left front tire. The bumper bar itself pushed back. The ductwork appears to be, for the most part, okay.
Through turns 3 and 4, the Kingsport Speedway. Brandon McReynolds restart again, pretty solid and straight. Excellent restart, Brandon McReynolds. Won't have to fool with anybody as he puts 2 car lengths already down the back straightaway. Is very strong on the restarts. Starting to see the 50 machine try to push it a little bit to get up there and rattle his cage just a little bit. Matt McCall testing the waters on the low side in his 23 Denver Marine Pistone LTO. Mills Ignition Hot Rod Toyota. Sometimes I say Toyota. The 14 and the 12 get together over in turns 1 and 2. That on lap 85. Mr. Excitement, Garrett Campbell out of Asheboro. Heavy nose damage to the front of that race car. Well, let's crank it up again. Brandon McReynolds for the 8th time. Going to crank it up. Boy, action is picking up now. Teammates running side by side. Caution is out. Oh, cars. Heavy contact. The 40 machine Blevins, the 19. As as well up top side. Let's go down to Tony Stevens. Said he had an eyeful exactly what happened over in turn number 1.
Yeah, Doc actually started back at turn 4. Wayne Hale ran into the car in front of him and tore the devil out of the front end of that race car. In fact, so bad, everything went under the left front wheel, kept it from turning. Caught up real quick with Brian Blevins, and he's out of the car okay, but obviously dejected. Brian, what happened?
When the leader don't go when he's supposed to, everybody bottles up behind him. I mean, they put a start box on the racetrack for a reason. UAR official had to do something about it. That's 3 starts. He ain't winning when he's supposed to. And this is what you wind up with. Everybody's in a box. You're supposed to go when you're in that box. And this is what winds up happening. It's ridiculous. We're trying to save our tires. Going to be there at the end. We kept moving up. Then you go to the house with a junk race car. I don't know. I mean, it looks like they should have done something. They're going to wind up with a whole lot more fast cars tore up if they don't do something right real quick.
That's Brian Blevins, Doc, obviously very upset.
Of course, out of his race car while it's still on the hook right now. Wayne, that was a whale of a ride, it looked like, over to turn number 1. Tell us what happened in the driver's seat.
Well, them leaders need to go instead of stopping. You know, you don't get on the brake and stop. They need to do something about that. You know, they're bunching their cars up and turning cars out of paces. Ain't no sense in that. It's a shame. We had a really good car. We was taking our time. We was coming to the front, but too bad now.
Tough break for Wade Hale, Doc, and you know he mentions the fact that from his seat, leaders aren't having a good restart. But Brandon McReynolds right now actually on the radio talking about, okay, am I doing anything wrong, guys? I don't think I am. And the crew telling him, no, you're fine. You're in the box. You're all good. So until.
Over there on that restart from behind the 32 of Kyle Grissom. The 81 almost got up in the outside retaining wall. There's a big gap now behind the 23 of Matt McCall in the 4th place car of Kyle Grissom. The 32 had a hard time coming up to speed. They're kicking up chunks of the concrete there. So the officials are checking a look at that. We don't want to see no chips fly up into the stands, no doubt, no question about that. Not sure what happened to the 32. Tony, you got your mic on? Let me ask you a question real quick. Did you see exactly what happened on that? Did the 32 just not come up to speed? Did he spin his tire? Did he miss a shift? What do you think?
Not sure if he spun the tires or what, Doc, but he did not go. Patty Rodbeck has the ductwork hanging down, goes to the cars. That's going to affect the downforce on the number 81 machine. Also, a lap later, Luke Laney just about took the turn 4 wall out. There were a lot of chunks of concrete right in the racing crew. So far, no problems, and it looks like everybody's starting to spread out and get settled as the battle is with Wade Day and Luke Laney as they work through turns 1 and 2.
Thank you very much, Tony. Good eye out there. Good eye. Good battle for that number 5 spot. Keith Stiltner, Nate Monteith, that's for 6, rather. That's for 6. The 81 is in 5th. As the 24, Luke Laney, goes into the spin cycle on lap 109. Mark IV Suzuki pace car out of the way, up through the gearbox. And we're back to green flag racing again. It's getting really dicey now, late in the going, lap 115. Lap 115 as things are starting to get a little edgy back through the field. As the 28 almost goes down to the flat part of turns 1 and 2 until he gets up to speed. Like the first couple laps, he goes down there, then he stays a car length up right on the edge of the crease there from where it flats and where the track goes up. He's out on the flat there, 1 and 2. I have to ask him about that. That's pretty interesting, I think. You unload that left side on the flat, I'm sure that really unloads that car, makes it turn hard. Everybody else has got Keith Stiltner. He's back there running in the 8th spot right now. He got up there in 6th, but his car don't have a scratch on it. Maybe a little crunkle on the right front as Wade Day is working him over as he worked through 1 and 2. Now Coleman Presley starting to put pressure on Wade Day. Wade Day trying to stay on the bottom side of Keith Stiltner. Keith moving up a car length in the center of turns 3 and 4. Wade Day, Keith Stiltner battling for that number 8 spot on the racetrack. 97 gets to the back of the 59, Coleman Presley, and hits the spin cycle. Turn 2, yet again, Calamity Corner, lap 122.